Well, good morning, afternoon to you. Uh, we are staying warm and staying safe and doing what needs to be done so that we can keep on keeping on. You know, it's funny how many of those phrases that we heard the old saints talk about now have great relevancy now. Now that we are moving toward an older state of time and consciousness and being. And so it is amazing how, as you kind of matriculate a little bit, you find out that some of that stuff had a whole lot of wisdom. Doe, how are you this morning? This morning, close to afternoon. Good to see so many of you. Nancy, how are you? Carletta, good morning, afternoon to you. Thea, how are you? I see people are coming on. My God, I love it. I love it. Just want to thank God for each and every one of you. Jemison, how are you? Cora, how are you doing this afternoon? Denise, Erica. Oh, Erica. Oh, my God. Let me make sure I send that stuff to you. Lord, when I saw your name, let me write this down. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, it'll be done. Audrey, good to have you. Debbie, good seeing you. Carolyn, how are you? If you want to, you can share real quick because you know this isn't on that long. Katrina, how are you? Cecile, and how are you doing? Um, Tell Larry we said hello, and we're praying that all is well with the two of you and that God's most powerful blessings are resting upon you. Sister Thomas, good to have you with us on this morning, afternoon, all that good stuff. And just grateful to God for those of you, one and all, that are coming on here. Your grandson is going to always have your phone, so you might as well forget it because you're not going to use that phone again as long as he's there. It belongs to him, okay? Catherine, how are you? Sylvia, good to see you this afternoon. Cortel Anthony, I said hello. Let me do a little check in real quick. Minister Sarah, how are you? How is everybody coming along with the fast? I forgot to ask this the other day. Uh, I believe this is day 8. Let me take a look here and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, today is day 8. We posted today some new recipes that we think would be good for you. Good morning, afternoon, Minister Marcia. Um, and we're finding out there's a lot more vegan and it's just a lot of stuff out here that you can do that is just fantastic. I mean, it helps out in many ways, and so um, we're grateful to God for that. Carolyn, I got Carolyn Williams, and I got Carolyn Johnson on. Good to have y'all with me. Yeah, day 8, day 8. I want to know. I want to know. Without coffee, you're doing well. Once that caffeine gets out of your system, you'd be surprised how well you'll do. Okay, good, good, good. Glad to hear that. We're going to start here in just a second so that I can get this to you. Oh God, some things are just absolutely amazing. Okay. So in the midst of all that's going on, and now they are becoming overwhelmingly confused. Okay, you're coming along. I was just trying to figure out. I saw one person talked about without caffeine, but I haven't seen. Hey, Sabrina, how are you? I wanted to know. Wow, Audrey, are you serious? Man, that's amazing. Um, Minister Bridget, how are you? Continue to pray for us. We're going to pray for you, Thea. Good to have you. I'm going to ask again, how is this fast coming along? This is day 8. There's a lot. If you want to know what the Daniel fast is all about, it's on my page. I'm going to repost it again so that we can understand it. We are seeking the Lord. Pee Wee, how are you, my friend? We are seeking the Lord. We are watching God move. We are watching God do. Uh, Nighttime hunger. Okay. Um, Here's a suggestion. Okay. What I would suggest that you do is start to make smoothies. All natural. Matter of fact, I forgot. I went to Sam's Club, Carletta, and they have these packets of mixed fruit. It's frozen. And when I get done with the snapshot today, I'm going to take a couple of them out. It is better to let them, and I found this out the hard way, to let them unthaw naturally than to microwave them. And then after you have done that, hopefully you have I have a little blender. I have the big bullet, and then I have the smaller one. And here's what I do: I take a little bit of my Fiji water and a little bit of honey. Okay. And then, Pastor Lane, how are you? And then a little bit of unfiltered honey, and I put that in there. And I'm telling you, it will kill your hunger because it's all natural. Um, it will not keep you up because it's not caffeine and it's not sugar. Jasmine, how are you, dear? And so those are some good things to do. Linda, good to see you. And then um, let me tell you, and I got to give credit to Jaleesa on this, that new meatless at Chipotle. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, keep me near the cross. When I tell you, now it is a little spicy, but when I tell you, oh my God, I I mean, and I'm doing all I can not to get in my car and go get some more. Now it kind of, Lady Harrison at first didn't want any, but she started eating it and it got good to her. But she can't really, and it's when I say it's got a little kick to it. But for some that kick might be too much. But oh my God. And today we're gonna do vegetarian flatbread pizza. You can have flatbread, but you cannot have bread that has white flour or preservatives and stuff in it. And I'm telling you, this and I it cannot can and I know Pastor Thomas ain't on right now. Uh Truth, confession is good for the soul, but bad for the reputation. Yeah, I heard about that at KFC Beyond Meat Chicken. Somebody was if somebody does, don't be cheating and getting some of that regular chicken either. Yes, but it has to be unfiltered. It cannot be the regular honey because the regular honey has additives to it. You like it? Okay, Pastor Lane, I'm glad you mentioned that. It has to be unfiltered, which is a natural. See, what we're trying to get away from is processed food. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, okay, what It depends upon what you consider spicy to be. Like I said, she had to take a Prilosec after it was over with because it was a little rough on her. For me, oh my God, Winnie, how are you? So here's what I'm saying, and I don't know. Okay, here's what I'm saying, and here's what I'm trying to get you to recognize. There's such a move. When I went to the store, and I'm gonna get started because I know I'm behind now. I went to Sam's Club and I was buying all of this stuff. Okay. And the young lady that was checking me out, she said, "Are you a vegetarian?" I said, "No." I said, "Our church has started a 40-day fast, and we're doing the Daniel fast, which means, we're staying away from all processed food, meats, and stuff like that." She's like, "I've been a vegetarian for a long time, and and it is an amazing thing. And I keep saying I'm going to do it. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't done it yet, but." And I keep saying I'm leaning toward it, and then the next thing you know, I'm leaning back in another direction. So enough of that. I'll talk more about that tonight. But I've got some recipes that I've posted on my page. You can take a look at that and see if any of that helps. One of these days, we're going to do the one that Gladys did. Oh my God, what is it called? The cabbage steaks, and you can do that. Okay, and when I tell you, it's great. There's so much out here. Let me get to this. Let me get to this. How can I overcome fear? I want us to look at something. Psalm 27. This is important for us to recognize and for us to understand. He said, he said here, he said here, I would have lost heart if I had not believed. And you got to remember, Isaiah, in the midst of this, he's trying to get us to understand that I still have to believe even when I have nothing to believe. Now, I know that sounded overwhelmingly confusing, but there have been moments in our lives when we talk about trusting in God. And trusting in God is not that difficult to do when at least a modicum or a certain portion of what you need is being taken care of. It's a different situation, especially for those of us that are doing the Bible reading. When you look at the Bible reading and you look at the situation with Job, you see clearly that Job had nothing to hold on to. Think about this for just a moment. When I say he had nothing, he had nothing. Family was gone. The only person that was left was his wife, and she said, "Cuss God and die." Wealth was gone. Prestige was gone. Position was gone. Everything was gone. Health was gone. And then his friends show up and begin to criticize him. He had nothing to hold on, but he held on. He held on to his faith because he understood clearly when everything else fails and everything else falls apart and everything else goes crazy, I've got to trust. Hey, Vernice, how are you? I've got to trust in the God who has brought me to where I am right now. I wish I had a couple people that's catching where I'm coming from on this. You got to remember, and you got to see this, and you got to catch this if you don't catch anything else. You must remember that we walk by this and not by sight. And many times what we see will eclipse and overwhelm us being able to trust God when God is not seen. But yet he believed. Hey, Bill, William, how you doing? Yet, okay, I wish I had somebody. Yet he believed. Remember, I showed you that. The text says that he believed, but yet he believed. When everything else was pushing against what he believed, he still believed. When everything else was falling apart from that which he believed, he still believed. Okay. And so in the midst of this, we see quite clearly, he said, because of this, he said, I have one thing that I want to see. I want to see the goodness of the Lord. Catch this, in the land of the living. I know God is good when I die, but I need him to be good while I'm still here. Now, here is the part where the shout is. He says, wait on the Lord. Now, you got to really You got to really look at this, because in the midst of your trials, your hurts, your pains, and your situations, he says, still wait on him. Now, what does that wait mean? Now, I've used this illustration on a whole lot of times. When you wait on the Lord, it doesn't mean you sitting on your behind doing absolutely nothing. When you wait on the Lord, it means that you are serving him even when you don't want to. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. If you understand waiters and waitresses, they have one of the most difficult jobs that there is, because many times the people that they serve are very nasty, rude, and don't leave tips. Okay. And so while I'm waiting on the Lord, it means I'm serving the Lord, even when it appears that God is a bad customer. Okay. And I know y'all can't handle what I just said, because many of us are not willing to own up to the fact that there have been moments in our lives when we doubted, whether we lost hope or faith, that God is still faithful. But here's the thing. Yet I believed. Oh, bless his name. I wish somebody caught that. I wish somebody caught that. If you didn't catch anything else, I wish somebody caught that. Even when the customer is not that good or not that kind, I still got an obligation to wait on it. Because sometimes God does not appear to be fair. God does not appear to be just. God does not. I wish, Monica, I wish I had somebody. God does not appear to be on our side. Okay. But here's what you got to remember. He says, be of good courage. Now, I want you to catch this. The reason a good waiter can yet still wait on a grumpy person is because they wait on them in anticipation. There's a couple of things that the waiter does. The waiter, first of all, wants to make sure that the person is satisfied, and they also do it in anticipation that a tip will come to them, because the amount of money that they make is not relevant enough to keep them and sustain them and to pay their rent and their bills. Come on, Jesus, help me to give this to them. Here's what you got to understand. Even when I don't comprehend God, even when I don't see what God is doing, even when I don't like what God is doing, I'm still going to wait on him, and I'm going to be of good courage. And the reason I'm going to be of good courage is because the track record I got with him, helps me to understand that delay is not denial. Do I have somebody that can catch this? Because if I be of good cheer, of good courage, he will strengthen my heart. He will give me what I need. He will sustain me. He will encourage. Have you ever, I need to ask this question. I need to ask this question. And I'm not really sure if you're going to be honest with me or not, but have you not ever gone to bed frustrated and been out of shape, crying, hurting, falling apart, and whatever happens between the time you close your eyes and the time you open your eyes, all of a sudden your whole attitude had changed? Why? Because in your sleep, God encourages you. Oh, God, help me to teach this like you gave it to me, okay? And that's when you can continue to wait on him, because he will encourage you. Lynn, did you hear what I said? He will encourage you. Wait on the Lord. Why? Because he will provide and give and be and do everything, Herma, that you need him to do. There has never been a moment when God has failed you, even when it appeared that God was failing. There has never been a time when God has failed you, even when it may appear that God is failing. Let me say it one more time. God has never failed you. Even, Gail, in those moments when it looks like he's failing you. There was something that Sam posted. I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna find it because I reposted it on my page. And when I saw it, I about leaped out of my oh God. Let me stay under control. And so when I saw it, it just did something in my spirit. It just did something in my soul. It provided something for me that I stood. Give me a second here. I'm gonna find what he said. Oh, it might be on this other thing. He said something that I thought was overwhelmingly powerful. In the midst of this, it says, here's what he says. Are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? What if everything you are going through is preparing you for what you asked for? Y'all better come on and shout with me on that one. What if everything you are going through is preparing you for what you asked for? There's some things you have asked God for. There's some places that you told God you want to go. There's some places and some things that you said you wanted to occupy because you knew it would give him glory and praise. And what you fail to understand is that when you asked him to do it, he now says, yes, I will, but you got to go through this because I got to strengthen you here. I got to build you up over there. I got to show you how to walk with me when you don't want to walk with me. I got to show you how to trust with me when you don't trust me. I got to show you how to believe in me when you can't find anything to believe in. And so what you're going through, what you're experiencing, what your trauma, your trouble, your trials, your tribulation, all of the madness that seems to be happening in your life, it is because you asked God, use me, Lord. Oh, y'all not hearing what I'm saying. You asked him, use me, Lord. Use me in your service. Use me to touch people. Use me to set the captive free. Use me in ministry like you've never done before. And God says, guess what? I'm going to use you, but you got to go through this. I'm done. I got to go. I got to go because I be done ran all through the basement. I got to go. 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 Whoo! I got to go. 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 But you must understand. You must understand that he who has begun a good work in you shall complete it. I got to go. I got to go. Pastor Lane, I got to go. It's supposed to be a snapshot. I can't keep going. Y'all join me tonight. Now, Pastor Lane, you got your own Bible study. Y'all join me tonight at 6:30. And let's. Okay, listen. I'm on fire right now. Oh my God, it's something about the name Jesus. Oh, snapshot is over, y'all. Listen, y'all be blessed. I'll see y'all. Spread the word. I'll see y'all. Spread the word. Get the word out. Okay, see y'all at 6:30. Pastor Lane, thank you for being a part of this learning experience. May God bless you and keep you. I got to go before I scream, because if you've never been through anything that only God could have pulled you out of, you know, and you have no clue how exciting it is to know that he is your own. May God bless you and keep you is our prayer.